There's something we've all done. Felt the fear and stepped back. Chose comfort instead of courage. Safety instead of growth. We told ourselves, it's not the right time. I'm not ready. Or worse, what if I fail? But what if I told you that every time we do that, we trade a part of ourselves? We trade strength for weakness, clarity for confusion, potential for regret. The Stoics believed fear wasn't just an emotion. It was a test, a compass, a mirror. And if we don't face it, we never really live. 1. Fear reveals who we are. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And how often is that true? We play the worst-case scenario on repeat. We imagine embarrassment, failure, judgment. But what we're really afraid of is discovering something about ourselves. That we're not as strong as we thought. That maybe we'll fall short. But here's the thing. Fear isn't weakness. Fear is the edge of growth. It's the signal that we're close to something meaningful. Marcus Aurelius didn't run from fear. He studied it, faced it, walked through it. If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. Fear isn't the enemy, cowardice is. When you walk toward your fear, you walk toward truth. You walk toward who you really are. And that is where strength is born. 2. Avoiding fear creates invisible chains. We think that by avoiding what we fear, we're protecting ourselves. But the opposite is true. Every fear we don't face becomes a wall, a limitation, a silent chain around our potential. Afraid to speak your mind, you lose your voice. Afraid to try something new, you stay stuck. Afraid to walk away from what no longer serves you, you stay small. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." But how can we master ourselves if we let fear do the steering? Freedom doesn't come from staying safe. It comes from standing tall in the fire and saying, "This will not break me." It's in discomfort that we grow, in resistance that we strengthen, in fear that we forge the kind of freedom no one can give or take from us. 3. Facing fear builds unshakable resilience. We think courage is the absence of fear, but the Stoics taught otherwise. Real courage is moving forward in spite of fear. When you face what scares you, not once but again and again, you build something far more valuable than comfort. You build resilience. You become the type of person who doesn't flinch when life gets heavy, who doesn't collapse under pressure, who doesn't need the world to be perfect in order to stay steady. Life will test you, people will disappoint you, plans will fall apart. But if you've practiced standing tall in the face of fear, you're already prepared. Remember what Marcus Aurelius wrote: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The obstacle isn't the problem, it's the training ground. Every fear you face is a rep in the gym of your mind, and over time, you become unbreakable. 4. Fear protects comfort, but ruins relationships. Let's be honest, a lot of what we fear lives inside our relationships. We fear rejection, so we don't speak our truth. We fear abandonment, so we accept disrespect. We fear judgment, so we wear masks just to be liked. But Stoicism teaches us to value integrity over approval, self-respect over validation. Seneca said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. That means we must bring our full selves to the table, vulnerable, honest, courageous. When we let fear rule our relationships, we trade connection for control. And that's not love. That's survival. To face fear in relationships is to say, here I am, not perfect, but real. It's to draw boundaries, to speak up, to walk away when needed. The Stoic doesn't cling. He chooses. He loves without losing himself. And that kind of love, rooted in strength, not fear, is the only kind that truly lasts. 5. On the other side of fear is the life you actually want. There's a quiet tragedy happening every day, people letting fear steal their lives. The business not started, the words not said, the journey not taken, the change never made, all because of fear. But Stoicism doesn't ask us to be fearless. It asks us to be brave enough to feel fear and still choose action. Epictetus put it simply: first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Do what you have to do. That's it. You already know what it is. The call you've been avoiding, the conversation that needs to happen, the habit you need to break, the leap you need to take. It's there, right in front of you, wrapped in fear. But if you walk through it, what's on the other side is you, the stronger you, the clearer you, the version of yourself that lives aligned with purpose, not paralyzed by doubt. So don't ask for the fear to go away. Ask for the strength to face it. Don't wait for the perfect time. Create it. Don't let fear choose your path. Choose it yourself. We are not here to live half-lives. We are not here to serve fear. We are here to grow, to lead, to become something more than we were yesterday. Every moment we hesitate is a moment we hand over to fear, but every moment we face it, we take it back. Remember, what stands in the way becomes the way. So step forward, not because it's easy, but because it's the only way to truly live.